Okay, we are almost live. Okay, we are live. Perfect. I would like to welcome everybody for this second edition of Growth Series in February, or third edition this year. This time we have really special guests who are our long-term partners and have been impacting all our chapters all around the world. And now we want to give some little bit more space for them to share the interesting news that we need to focus on. And because the deadline is coming very soon on 1st of March, stay tuned with us and listen to Louise and Helen what they have to say. Louise, I leave now the stage to you.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you very much for the welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I'm very pleased to be here this afternoon representing EBU. As Monica said, we've been working with women in tech for some years now, since at least about 2020, 2021. We really just wanted to get in touch with the members today, just to really give you an update on what's happening at EBU, to give you some insight into what it is that we do in our partnership, and to share with you an opportunity to join some of our programs with a special promotional offer for women in tech members. So I'm going to start with a quick overview of EBU, what we do. I'm going to share my screen with you so that you can see some of the work that we're doing, and then I'll talk you through some of the programs that we're offering to the women in tech members. Okay. So the European Business Institute, we are based in Luxembourg. We've been running since about 2018, 2019. And EBU was founded as a non-for-profit organization. Our founder and our president, our academic dean, is a Kenyan. He's a professor of law and of different technologies, spent all his life working in education, different universities around the world, settled in Luxembourg, and had this idea that I think some of you may know that Luxembourg enjoys an extremely high standard of living. And so Dr. Mully, once he settled there, had this idea about how to share the wealth, not only the financial wealth, the academic wealth of Luxembourg, initially with his home country of Kenya, and then with the wider world. And this is where EBU came from. So we are an online business school. Some of you here today may already be aware of us. You may already have taken some courses with us. If it's the case, welcome back. And if not, let me tell you a little bit more about what we do. I'm going to share my screen now. So I hope that you can all see. Here we go. And that's it. Okay, so I hope that you're able to see this. So this is our Luxembourg campus here. We're actually located, believe it or not, we are actually located in this beautiful chateau in Luxembourg. We run our programs online. The reason really that we started running our programs online was to be able to offer our programs at the lowest possible fees to our students. We run all our programs on a scholarship basis, and by working online, it means that we are flexible, it means that we're accessible, it means that we can also reduce the costs for the people who are participating in our programs. And so I want to show you a little bit about what we're doing. So we have different types of courses at EBU. We work with different levels of study. We have undergraduate programs. We have short courses, which we call our certificate courses. We also have a bachelor's and 2 master's pathways at EBU. And all of these courses run online. What I'm going to show you today is, first of all, the detail of our certificate programs, because we are extending an offer to the Women in Tech Hub for our certificate programs. So I'm going to go ahead and click on here, and I'm going to take you and show you what we've got, our short courses. So you'll see here our certificate short courses scholarships here. EBU runs with a traditional academic calendar. We have 3 intakes per year, 1 in September, 1 in January, and 1 in May. and this rolls every year. And we have certificate courses which run for a duration of 1 semester, 3 times per year. So over 13 weeks of study, we have a range of options for you. We are, as I mentioned, a business institute, and so all of our courses are, of course, orientated towards elements of business, aspects of business, but we have also widened our offerings into different areas of tech, and later you'll see when I hand over to my colleague Helen, who's going to talk to you in much more detail about the impact and the importance of this kind of knowledge, this kind of expertise. I think you'll see why it's something that we've added to our course offerings. So you can see here our 13-week courses running over 13 weeks, and our next intake. Do I have the date somewhere? Starting in May. I'll find the dates for you. You can see here in our first batch, we've got courses in business management, strategic management, leadership, change management, and business law. These programs are running for 13 weeks, and we're offering them to you with a commitment fee of €25. As I mentioned before, scholarship basis, making sure that access to education is affordable, making sure that it's as accessible as possible for everyone. So through our partnership with Women in Tech, it means that we can offer you access to these programs from €25 for your certificate program. I should also mention that studying with EBU, yes, it's an online program. We are fully accredited by the Ministry of Education in Luxembourg as a provider of adult training. So our certificates are fully accredited. So you can be confident that when you complete your certificate, you do have a certificate that you can add to your CV and that does have value. Okay, I'm going to show you the other programs which are on offer. AI for Leaders courses. These have been extremely popular, and I think they're very, very it's very, very sort of relevant, in 2026 at this moment here where we are. There are, of course, lots of people who are still catching up on AI. Some people, of course, are at the forefront and are experienced and have had plenty of experience with it. Other people perhaps are catching up and are in a professional situation where AI is coming in, and perhaps they need to be able to integrate it into their day-to-day working life. And we wanted to be able to provide training for those kinds of people. So we've set up these courses, which are AI for leaders and managers in the areas of finance, in healthcare, and in business sustainability. We have a fourth course, which is a little bit more general, which doesn't have any particular access to those areas of industry. And this course is also offered in French. So if French is your first language and you would like to study it in French, you can. You will notice that this particular course has an application commitment fee of €50. Okay, I will tell you, some of our courses do have a slightly higher application fee or commitment fee. Continuing on the theme of technology, 3 courses here. These are not my area of expertise, but I'm sure some of you here will be familiar with TensorFlow, with Python, and so on. So these are courses. I should also tell you that they are intended as entry-level courses. We don't have any prerequisites of study, so it's perfectly fine if you are a beginner at TensorFlow, or if you're completely new to AI. There is no reason that it should stop you from coming and joining a program at EBU, because our programs are designed to be accessible to you, even if you don't have any real prior experience. So please don't be intimidated by the titles of any of these courses. Project management, I'll come back to project management in a moment. We've got hospitality. I know I'm talking to women in tech, so this may not be your area of interest, but we do have hospitality courses, and we have a fantastic, very, very, very highly qualified professor who's running our hospitality courses on front office management and food and beverage supervision. So I should talk to you also about our compliance courses. So yes, something which is which could be in your certain area of your professional life, anti-money laundering and KYC. So this course is always quite a popular one. It does have a fixed fee here of €50. Okay. Then we have some bundle courses. At EBU, we understand that we're working very often, our students are very often working professionals, perhaps don't have a lot of time to dedicate to studies. And so sometimes the 13-week single standalone courses can be a great option for a lot of people. We do have some courses, however, which are a little bit more involved. And an example here is our cybersecurity professional certificate. So this is a program, it's a small program which is composed of 4 different modules. What we do is we'd ask that if you are interested in this program, we have to start with the first course, which is the introduction, followed by CS 200, 300, 400. We ask you that you follow these modules one by one over 4 separate semesters. Okay, and there is a commitment fee of €50 for each of those programs. You may choose to do them one after the other. You may choose to start, take a break, and come back to them. But the final certificate is awarded once all of the 4 modules are completed. Okay.
Sorry, Louise, we still see the first slide. I just came here just to remind you, because we have comments that nobody sees the next slide. So just update. Yeah, perfect. Okay, we see it now. Thank you.
Oh, I apologize. I think I may have been using the wrong thing all the time. Oh, I wish you told me before. I've been talking. Okay. So yes, let me go back. So I should go back in that case. So yes, business management, strategic management, and leadership. These are the initial courses that I mentioned to you, which are offered at our commitment fee of €25. These are the courses which are open for €25 from now until the 1st of March. So these are our sort of fundamentals of business and areas of business management and so on. Then I wanted to show you our AI for Leaders courses. So you'll see them here with a higher commitment fee of €50. Our technology courses here, TensorFlow, Python, which I was talking about, and hospitality and compliance. Okay. Here's our cybersecurity certificate here, which I mentioned. So with 4 individual modules to be followed one after the other. We also have, I'll come back, we also have our certificate in digital intelligence. Again, this one is a bundle course composed of 4 modules, including robotics, AI, cybersecurity, and blockchain technology. So again, this is a slightly more involved course. This one is completed over 2 semesters. So if, for example, if you decided to start in May, you could do from May to August, and then from September to December to complete this program. So it's composed of 4 modules. And we also have our AI professional certificate, again with 4 modules. You can see an intro to AI, machine learning, deep learning, and natural language processing. So all of these bundle courses which are available to you. I also want to talk to you very quickly about our robotics courses. We started robotics last year. And we had an opportunity through some partners of ours here in Luxembourg, and really it became evident that we should be offering something to a younger audience, and Robotics for Rookies was born. So here at EBU, we're now offering this online course for youngsters. I know I'm dealing with women in tech here, so it may be that you have family members, maybe you have children of your own who might be interested in having their first taste of robotics training. In which case, we do have a program which is designed for them, with all the necessary child safeguarding protocols in place, of course. But yes, this is a program that we've set up, and we have a cohort currently coming through with about 40 students coming through who started in January. So it's a real pleasure. We've always had courses for adults at EBU, and it's a really nice addition, I think, to our list of programs to be able to welcome some younger learners. So if anybody is interested, of course, you can come and take a look. Okay, so these are our short courses that we're offering at EBU. I'm going to send a link to this page where you can come and take a look if any of these programs interest you. But as I mentioned, we're offering our programs on a scholarship basis. And some of these programs, at least 10 of these courses that you can see here, are being offered at €25 up until the 1st of March. So I will share with you, I'm not sure if you can see it, there was a banner that we were going to add to our, oh, you can see it here, yeah. So you can use the code that you can see on the banner here, TVN7VNNR, which you can apply. What we'd ask you to do is to navigate your way to this page. Let me share the link with you. Oh, now I'm on the right page. Now I can see your messages. I apologize. So this is the page that I'm using here. And what you can do if you would like to join, I'll just quickly show you what to do. So if you decide you would like to join business management, you can come in here. And you'll be invited to create a profile on our platform. So you just need to set up your username and so on. And you will have a question. Oh, can you see that? No. Here we go. I'm going to share again, sorry, so that you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. So you'll have a screen that looks like this, and you'll be invited to create a profile on our learning platform. I'm going to show you my learning platform. I already have a profile here. What's very important is when you create an account, you will be asked to tell us how you found EBU's programs, and you'll have a long drop-down list, and at that point you'll be able to select Women in Tech. Please do that, because it allows us to measure the success of our partnership with Women in Tech. It allows us to know how many people have come through the scholarship program. So please make sure you do that as you enroll. And then you'll connect yourself to the platform. And here is the course that I wanted to enroll to, which is business management. Oh, I may have to change. Anyway, so I'll come in here, and at this point, I'll be able to click on enroll, and I will apply the code, which you can see on your screen, which is TVN7VNR, okay? And this will reduce your fee down to €25 if you make your application before the 1st of March, okay? I also wanted to show you very quickly that at EBU, as I mentioned, we have different other levels of study. We also have degree programs. Here at EBU, we're very fortunate to have a very rich network of professors and various faculty members. I personally am following the bachelor's program at EBU. The fact that we offer our programs internationally to students on every continent makes for a very dynamic learning experience. It's very collaborative. Yes, it's online, but your professors are there in real time. It's not pre-recorded. So it's really very, very much a collaborative and interactive experience. We have our bachelor's program at EBU. We have a bachelor's of business administration. We also have 2 master's pathways, and very quickly I'll show you so that you can see. And if I just go and have a look at our degree programs here, I hope that you're seeing. Are you able to see my screen? Yes, here we go. Okay, and you'll see here, so we have a master's program, which is data science and AI. This program, of course, once again ties in very much with our push into tech areas at EBU. In 2025, the Luxembourg government opened, sort of unrolled a very exciting and quite innovative new policy concerning education, making sure that AI and tech was fully integrated in education from elementary level. And so, as I mentioned, being a fully accredited provider of training in EBU, we knew that it was necessary for us to be on board and to be able to respond to the need and to the importance of training in tech areas. And so, our master's program in data science and AI has become an extremely popular element in our course offerings. Once again, we offer our degree programs on a scholarship basis. Access to our master's programs is from €2,300 for the full 2-year program. Access to our bachelor's program is under €3,000 for a 3-year program. So we do have some very, very interesting scholarship options for these European and fully accredited degree certificates. So we'd be very, very, very pleased to have you if you are able and if you are interested in finding out more. I'm just going to add a quick email address here so that you can reach out to us at EBU. So if you would like to contact us for more details about any of what I have presented, I will share that with you. At the same time, you can also speak to your contacts at Women in Tech. I'll be sharing with them the step-by-step guide to access the platform and to access your courses. I think I saw on the hub, I actually saw a link that takes you straight to the registration page. So I'm pretty sure that you guys are already set up for all of this. Okay. So I would like to know if you have any questions now. Perhaps you can pop them into the chat and I'll see if I can respond. Alejandro says, yes, they have that. Okay. So if we have any questions that anybody would like to ask immediately. I don't know if I've been going too fast. Sorry. Can people residing in the USA use the EBU hub? Yes, they can. Yes, of course. What are the prerequisites for the AI courses? Can you attend from anywhere in the world? What's the stats or experiences from those who have taken the course? Is it global accreditation? For these questions, I'm keen. Okay, so there are no prerequisites for the AI courses. Yes, you can attend from anywhere in the world. I can share with you from our homepage some feedback from EBU. I can share also, you'll see that EBU through Trustpilot, we have a rating of, I think it's 4.4 last time I took a look. We have a number of people coming through our AI programs at the moment, so we've had a lot of feedback on that. Our courses, we have accreditation through the Luxembourg government, so it's a European accreditation. So I can, again, I'll share details with you in the chat on our accreditation so that you can see. So you can check if you would like to be reassured about what our accreditation credentials are. Let me do that for you right now. There we go. How many courses can you enroll to for €25? Martha, great question. There is no limit to the number of programs that you can enroll to. The only thing that I would suggest is that you should be aware, of course, it is a learning experience and there is a certain amount of work. So you'll have a weekly webinar with your instructor. Sorry, I'm sharing something I shouldn't be sharing. There we go. There is something, what was I going to say? Yes, how many courses? You can apply to as many as you like. But you'll have a weekly webinar with your instructor, which will be for about 1 hour, 1 hour and a half per week. But in between, It's possible that your instructor will give you perhaps some reading material. There may be a discussion forum activity. You may have a short assignment to produce. So there is a certain amount of work. You should perhaps imagine up to like 4 or 5 hours per week for the short courses. But if you feel that you have the motivation and you have the time to undertake more than one, you are more than welcome. You can apply for more than one, of course. Yeah. Where can I find the link for EBU? Let me put it down. So I've put into the chat, I've put a link which will take you directly to those short courses, but I'll also just put our main web address in here so that you can go and take a look at our website as well. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. I'll share the thank you, Monica. Monica's posting it. I'll also you can also follow us on LinkedIn. We've got quite an active LinkedIn page with all of our courses, with our students, with events that are taking place. We'll also be bringing back in the month of March EBU Talks, which is very exciting. This is a webinar series that we started last year. We decided to put it back in place because it was extremely popular. EBU Talks is really very similar to TED Talks. And we wanted to invite members from our EBU network to come and talk to our students in a free webinar on their different areas of expertise. So we've had discussions on business etiquette. We've had discussions on policy and AI in governance. We've had conversations on project management and so on. So yeah, so that will be coming back in the month of March, and you will all be invited. You can see the details on our LinkedIn page. Monica, people are asking if some courses are free. I'm afraid we don't have any free courses at EBU, as much as we would like to be able to offer free courses. Historically, we found that free courses were not particularly successful. So our offer is for €25 for our certificate courses for early registration before the 1st of March. Yes. Are there age restrictions or age limits for taking the courses? Monica, not at all. No, that's a good question. No, there are no limitations, except in the case of the Robotics for Rookies program, where we do have a class exclusively for young learners aged from 11 to 18. Other than that, no, there are no age limitations. There are no upper age limits at all, of course. Link for short courses, Monica, I've already added this, but let me, I can add it for you again. Can I add it for you again? Yeah, it's here. Here we go. I'm putting it once more into the chat for you. Okay. Oh, yes. And there's the QR code. That's fantastic. Okay. Anita Abraham is asking, are there any other costs? No, Anita. What we ask for is what we call our commitment fee, which is €25 before the 1st of March, €50 after the 1st of March, but there are no other fees. We're only asking for that for your enrollment to the programs. Yeah. Okay, let's just see if we get any more questions. And if not, let's see. It might be time for me to hand over to Helen, I think. Perhaps if people keep putting their questions into the chat, then I'll respond to them in the chat. Okay. Let's do that.
Thank you so much, Louise. There are so many questions happening in the live chat. I can just say that I don't know if you are seeing the live, but it's really crazy. Like, people are asking so many questions, and we are trying to send so many links.
Okay. Yeah, let me take a break. Let me pass over to Helen. I'll go see if I can help you.
I can invite you to join the live session, because there are also many ongoing questions. So maybe we can also answer.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, of course.
But I will leave now space to Helen. Helen, thank you so much for joining as well. The floor is yours.
Okay. Good morning. Thank you, ladies. And good morning good afternoon, depending to where you are. Let me just say good day to our distinguished audience. My name is Helen Chilisa. And I have been with the EBU for a number of years. I've been involved with them. I started off as a student. I took opportunity during the COVID era of these wonderful short courses that Louise has been talking about. So I was able to find my commitment fee, made that commitment, and the rest is history. And today in my life as chairperson of the EBU board, I spend a considerable amount of time advocating for courses. I mean, in the spirit of education. In my other life, I used to work in the education space. You know, with education, it's just one of those pillars that of the SDGs. So what I do is advocate for education and the democratization of education, access to quality education. For the benefit of the program today, you know, with the women in tech, I will just speak to this opportunity, especially to the women, and of course, you know, the boys who are the men who are here. Our programs aren't just sidelined for women, but you know, just for women to just share with you that, you know, these AI courses, we have a lot of focus on the AI, these new emerging tech professions that everywhere now you're looking for jobs. You know, you hear of AI, you hear of this, and then those are skills that ordinarily one would not have had the opportunity to access, because whether it's because of funding or because of lack of access into these universities or these colleges, because they'll have a pre-requirement. With the EBU, we have erased all those barriers that made education, access to education, almost impossible, almost a nightmare. And this is why, in essence, you know, look, you know, we have the scholarships or the commitment fee. You just have to pay a little bit of something, just a fraction of something to get quality education, the kind of education that you'd ordinarily still be getting at other colleges. And the good thing is that, you know, we've seen as the world evolves, you know, education has now been online. You know, the offering of education is online, and there's nothing as great as, you know, having your online education instead of, like we said, as Louise said, most of our scholars are working professionals. Now, can you imagine a case whereby you have to leave your office and go to a class or go for block releases or even take unpaid leave or paid leave to go study? There's that flexibility, and we time it in a way that, you know, it's usually at the end of the day for most of our audience or beginning of the day. But look, there's flexibility with that. But here's an opportunity when we talk of the AI. This is a buzzword that we've heard over and over and over. And a lot of it still, you know, we think, okay, what is AI? We get a mental block, you know, we're thinking of number crunching, we're thinking of some, it just sounds so difficult because it's tech, and if tech is not your area or very, very highly specialized. But, you know, here we are. What if I said to you, did you know that every single day of your lives, you're already using AI? Let's just talk about the facial recognitions on our phone. You know, oh Siri, what's the weather like? That is AI. And you know, we go to doctors, all sectors have embarked on AI, and it is still going to continue. I don't know, Louise, when you're speaking, you made reference to one of the um the sectors, you know, like the professions. AI, if it's not there, trust me on this, AI will find its way there. We look in finance, you know, the fact that every time you'll get a call from the bank, you know, hello, Helen, we can see a suspicious transaction. That is AI happening. So, you know, we're engaged with it every single day. And in agriculture, where AI helps, you know, farmers predict the weather patterns, you know, and so to ensure that we have better crop yields. And you know, they of course, and then the sad thing is that there are gaps. And with EBU, this is why we've paid a lot of focus on emerging techs. Did you know that, you know, just there's a big gender gap, you know, we've seen that gender gap happen. And as we walk into International Women's Day next month, I'm very, very proud to be talking to the women, again, a call to women. And did you know that only 22% of AI professionals globally are women? This is where an opportunity from AI, from EBU, helps to close that gap. You know, the tools are ordinarily built by men for men. And again, when a man is doing something, they'll always be biased to what he is, you know, like when he's populating the data, and there's a lot of bias to men, and unfortunately that it is what it is. And this is why we need to have more women in there who are able to you know, close those biases, so that when we put in our prompts, we get the right prompt, the prompt that speaks to women. And again, there's a big youth gap, and then this is what happens. Most of the users of AI are youth, and it even gets even more painful when you learn that, you know, AI is absent. When women are absent from AI, the women miss out on this opportunity. And moving on, the youth, we don't want them to just be consumers of AI. We don't want women to just be consumers of AI. We want them to be builders of AI. Geographically, we look again, the developing countries are always ones being left behind. Until today, it's very scary, but that's also a call to governments globally. Did you know that, at least 2.6 billion people have got no access to internet? So it can make it a little bit tricky accessing AI if you don't have access to internet, because ultimately you cannot even benefit from AI if you're not digitally connected. And we're looking at parts of Africa, parts of Asia, parts of Latin America, where the risk is that those who don't have access are being locked out of the AI economy. It is a big economy. It is a big industry that we don't look at it just as fairness. It's not fair, but it's a massive, massive, massive missed opportunity for global growth and innovation. And we've seen great successes come from whereby other countries were able to have in mobile banking. Like you look at countries like in Kenya, they came up with a big mobile banking device called M-Pesa. So when they were able to leapfrog technology, so that gave everybody an opportunity to be included. So we hope that we'll do the same with AI if given the infrastructure and investment. So this is what needs to happen. We need to have inclusive data where we need to have AI professionals that are trained on diverse data representing genders, ages, regions, and the whole different digital infrastructure across all nations. And that is just the foundation of getting robust AI to work. I mean, it is education for all that we advocate for at EBU. We're not just looking at the tech graduates, but nurses, teachers, farmers, entrepreneurs. We welcome you all to take opportunity of the offering that we have at EBU. We're looking at the women in STEM. That is a great, massive pipeline for the development of AI. So we need to also be quite often, as women in tech, keeping those close ties to that pipeline of women who are in the tech space, who are in the STEM space, ultimately to have them graduate into the big, technology sectors, so that, we need to be able to retain them. And as countries, we see countries digitalize, and it's a good thing. Countries, it is growing, but probably not growing at the pace that we hope it would be at. Countries are finding themselves now competing through various priorities. But I can never echo my sentiments that AI is a priority in as much as healthcare or oxygen or those basic needs. AI has now elevated to being a basic need that will be needed as the world evolves. So I always ask yourself, the question is, it is not the future. Is AI the future? No, it's not the future. AI is the present. My question to you is that, are you going to let yourself be led by AI, or are you going to take a lead in it? So thank you so much. I'm going to pause here, and I'm happy to take questions, and whereby we're going to be supporting women, encouraging women that, we want to have women-led AI solutions, and already solving real community problems that affect women. And the next generation of AI innovation could come from places such as Nairobi, Karachi, Lagos, if we want to invest, if we want people to invest there. And just as a closing thought, again, the question that comes to mind is that, are you going to let AI lead you, or do you want to take a position in leading of AI? So, like I said, let me just take a pause. Happy to take questions, and Monica will read those out to me on the screen.
Helen, there was one question specifically for you, and
Okay.
it's what career moves did it unlock from you, taken from your experience?
Thank you. Yeah, good. Good question. In my introduction, I also forgot to mention that I'm also an instructor of AI. That was a career move. I'm now with EBU. It's probably going on to my third year now. I've been teaching a course called AI and for sustainability for managers and leaders. And over and above that, another career move is that I was able to get access through the Braven group where I'm a mentor to universities, at least 4 universities. It's a program where we partner with universities in the United States. That was just an opportunity. And again, speaking events like this is also an opportunity that has helped amplify my profile, just my knowledge of AI, my enthusiasm on AI. And like I've said in my disclaimer, I didn't need to be a techie, but I just had to have the inclination to learn what AI is and what the benefit of AI is.
We've asked now other questions, but the live is usually 10 minutes late. There's one question. It's more technical, Helen. It's like we cannot find woman in tech in the drop-down list while creating the profile, but I think we can answer this later if you want.
Okay, I heard the first part. It's I understand that I could tackle. You cannot find women in tech.
Probably when they're trying to find the list in order to enroll and submit for the course, they cannot get it, but we can answer it later if
Okay,
you...
no, I see. Okay, on the I thought it was just a general question, but this is specific to EBU. No, we will sort that out. We will sort that out.
Yes, perfect.
I mean, we have quite the course might not be called Women in Tech, but there are many courses. There's a course called Women in Leadership, quite a number of courses, but then there are the various, like I said, we've inculcated the emerging tech, Python, coding, robotics, and AI. So the whole bouquet of emerging tech professions we have on offer. But I'm just today in the spirit of Women's International Day coming in. I'll be rooting for the women and encouraging women that these are programs that we can't afford to miss out on.
Perfect. Helen, I have a few questions for you. And later on, if you want, we can end, because we answered so many questions in the chat already. There were many, there was so much enthusiasm. The first question is, what are your top visited courses? Like, if you can share the data and the interest by now. And if you know, which are the courses that women usually take? I'm interested to discover more about the woman in tech. Which courses are there like more interested in?
The courses, I mean, one of the courses we've always had multiple, cohorts, numbers. It was Women in Leadership. Women in Leadership, it's a great course that I was also a recipient of that. And then at some point, I was also a guest speaker there. It's a course that speaks about leadership for women, prepares women for this brutal world of leadership and gives you the tools. And we invite a lot of the time, we'll have expert speakers from around the world who just speak about their journey into leadership. And you'd find that even in my AI courses, there's always more women. And sustainability is also a key word now. If you're an entrepreneur, you're an innovator, even when you're in business, the corporate space is always an element of sustainability. What are you doing to address sustainability? So in my course, I've had look, is it because the women, global statistics tell us that there are more women than men. So maybe this is why I'll have a more represented women participating in the course. But if you wanted that, I think, we probably must have the the back office does all the number crunching. The word just slipped my mouth, but we should have able that data.
Perfect. We're almost near the end. So I just want to ask you your inspirational message for the month of the woman, or 8th of March. What will be your final recommendation regarding education, and talking from your experience as to many women in tech, girls who are in front of taking their next step and maybe changing their career with these courses?
Now, as a woman, there will always be a woman above you and behind you. I encourage women that find somebody beneath you, somebody to mentor, to become that coach, and also look up to somebody above you to have you as a coach. So learning is a continuous thing. And these are the conversations that I have. When a young girl comes to me and talks to me about their problems, there will always be a time where I'll always mention the personal development, professional development. You need to develop ourselves, and the education is the only tool that I know that can change our lives. So that is my message to women. Find somebody above you and find somebody beneath you that you can be that mentor, that coach to, or, that friend, that sister friend that, you just give them, share your experiences with. And the other one, when you're looking at top, get from their experiences to help build you into being the woman that you want to be.
Thank you, Helen. There's one question below. It says how we can collaborate for AI with South African schools.
I mean, that one is very easy. Collaboration is a bloodline of EBQ. You've got Louise's details. You can just drop an email to Louise, and definitely she'll pick it up, and then we'll have a follow-up discussion.
Perfect. Thank you. Helen, is there anything else you'd like to add, like till the end? And maybe Louise, if she's still with us?
Yes, I'm still here.
Perfect.
I was going to ask, a couple of people are asking questions because they're trying to set up their courses right now. I was going to ask you, could I quickly share my screen and I can just go through the process with you?
Yes.
Would that be okay?
Yes.
Because I
call
think
to action is a perfect end of this. Perfect.
Okay, hold on. Let me organize my screen so that I can show you with so I can show you this properly. Okay. Connect. Yep. Okay. Let me share this with you. Okay, I want to share. Okay, I'm going to show you. So from the apply now, from the certificate courses. So ladies, what you'll do is you'll come here. When you click on enroll now, let's do it. You will be confronted with this screen. So you'll have the little icon for the course and it will tell you this course requires payment for enrollment. So at this point here, you click on, can you see this? No, you can't. Oh, it's complicated. Share this tab instead. Got it. Here we go. So you'll click on enroll now and you will have this screen here. And as I scroll down, you will see this course requires payment for enrollment. So here, click on select payment type and proceed. So if I show you now, if I click on select payment type, it will tell us the full cost of the course is 740. But don't panic. Please click proceed. Hope you can still see this. Yes, you can. And then you'll be presented with this screen and you will have, in the language of your computer, you will have this option here to enter your promotional code. And this is where you will enter the code TV, I've forgotten the code, TVNR, blah, 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 and it will recalculate the cost of your course and bring it down to 25 euros. So this is where you can apply the code. Okay, I hope that you can all see that exactly. Thank you, TVN7NR. Yeah, let me do it so that you can see. So you can apply the code here and you'll see that it's going to recalculate the cost of my course to 25 euro. Please be aware that there is a credit card fee for the online payment. Okay, so 27.50. Okay, and then you will click on pay and you will find yourself enrolled in the program. Okay, so that is what you need to do. I did notice, yes, some people saying when they're selecting, you want to select women in tech. It's global women in tech. Okay, so you'll see on the list of drop downs, you'll have global women in tech, and you can select that as your referrer. Let me just, once again, I just want to show you, just to reassure you that it's there. It's here. So you'll be creating your profile here and you will have, please select the name of your referrer in this question. And as you scroll down here, you will find here, Global Women in Tech. So please make sure that you click that one and then you continue to create your profile that way. Okay. I hope that helps everybody. Okay. Can we share the code with our friends and families, Dinio? As long as you can share the code, as long as people tell us that they are coming through Global Women in Tech, that's the most important thing because it really is important for the partnership. So yes, please do. Yeah. Can you please share the actual link again? Oh, you've got it. Monica's on top of it. Okay, great.
I think we try to answer all the questions. Most of the questions were about the links and so on, so we repeated them. I'm really glad that thanks to this webinar, we have at least 15 people that I saw in the chat trying to open and enroll in the courses immediately. Just again, double checking, the deadline for submitting is 1st of March or 14th
I am
of March?
sorry. Yes, I was saying the 1st of March, 1st of March. And no, I had an agreement with Women in Tech that we would extend it for you guys
Yes.
until the 14th of March. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. It is, yes, the
Yes.
14th of
But
March. We said that we would push it because I know that there are some ladies perhaps who are not here today who are going to watch the replay. So yes, so that gives you a little bit of extra time. Yeah.
all right. Thank you so much, Louise and Helen, for extending the deadline. Though I'm already, I want to remind everybody that if they can finish today, enroll today, not don't wait for the last day.
Exactly.
We're gonna share the link again, the QR codes and so on. But again, just want to ask you, Louise, again, do you have additional recommendations to all the women and girls out there, talking from your experience or for enrolling a problem, how to choose what's best for them and so on?
I think I would have to echo what Helen said before. Historically, possibly one of our most popular courses of all time is Women and Leadership. And I personally feel, as a woman in sort of mid-career, mother, working adult, and I still feel, in some cases, feel illegitimate, in certain scenarios, in professional scenarios, and I think a lot of women experience that feeling for different reasons. Who knows why? But I really feel that if there's a way that we can support women, it's giving them confidence in the workplace. And I know that our Women in Leadership course has always been very, very popular in that way. Other than that, aside from soft skills, in terms of other areas of study, once again, from my own experience, AI is something that I don't know enough about. It's something that I'm using at work every day, and I still don't feel like I'm fully in control of it. So I do think there are lots of people, once again, and this is Women in Tech. I mean, I'm sure you're all much more experienced than I am in this, but but I do think it's important for us to feel, and perhaps coming back to what I said about women in leadership, the idea about feeling legitimate, feeling relevant in your job, and feeling that you are in control of what you're doing and what you're talking about is very important. And that comes from the knowledge and the expertise that you have, as much as it comes from your sort of confidence and your ease in different professional situations. So, but I'm a firm believer also in the idea of lifelong learning, and I think we're always able to learn something new. Why not turn your hand to something or to a new area of business if you've never looked at, if maybe you've been working as a manager all your life but you don't know how to do accounting, why not look into it? We have plenty of options there. And I just wanted to echo something somebody was asking about, do we have a course for AI in construction? Helen, we don't have this, but what a fantastic idea. And something I would also like to say is for EBU, we strive to offer the courses which are needed where there is a need. So if we have significant number of requests for a particular area of study, we can create a course. So if we do have enough demand for it, it's something that we can put in place. So if we do have somebody mentioned their husband who's working in construction, listen, if you think that there's an area, if you think that there's something that we could provide that would have value for you and for your families, for your extended networks, please let us know. And if there's enough, if we do have enough support for a particular type of course, we can definitely put it in place.
Perfect. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, Helen. I just want to emphasize that we are so grateful for the continuous collaboration throughout this year. I know many women in tech from many countries that are really cool for referrals. We got even comment that we should emphasize also the women who got enrolled and finished the studies. I know one country director that already has been to many courses for AI especially. And I think maybe next edition, maybe we can have the success stories and how the courses impacted them in the next edition. And again, I want to remind everybody to use the link and apply as soon as possible. Don't wait till 14th of March, even though we are grateful to Helen and Louise for giving us more space. But as women, I know that we get so many distractions. So feel free to use the link now, apply and enroll. If you, as Louise mentioned, you don't have to enroll immediately. You can pay now, enroll later. So it's a perfect combination, even if you're busy or have other priorities at the moment. And I also want to invite you, Helen and Louise, on the next edition on the 1st of March. We are going to have 24/7 worldwide marathon. So each hour will be devoted to specific country. Over 100 countries will participate on 1st of March, and will share specific insights from their country, either inspirational and so on. And I'm sure that we're gonna also share the QR code. Also, again, just to remind our women in tech all around the world who's gonna watch all our conference. So stay tuned with us. Stay with us on. Also join us on 1st of March. Just mark this day because it's gonna be remarkable. 24/7 non-stop series on LinkedIn Live. So yeah, it's gonna be amazing. 1st of March is something, I guess, inspirational for us. It's a prolonged deadline, but it's also prolonged deadline for us to say that 1st March is starting with 1st of March, but it's gonna end with so many inspirational stories and so many success stories. Hopefully, also enrolling for the scholarships that European Business School of Luxembourg is providing. Again, thank you so much, Louise and Helen, and I look forward to see the numbers growing and having more success stories, and our collaboration to becoming decades and so on. Have a many success stories, and I look forward to see you soon, even again on webinar with success stories of our women in tech enrolling.
And if I may, just a quick final words as my call to action. As you know, ladies and those present on the webinar call, know that the future does not belong to the most biggest companies or biggest countries, or the biggest tech companies. It belongs to those who speak up, show up, and refuse to be left out. And that is you. So go out and claim it. I want you to learn it. I want you to learn AI. I want you to learn a new skill. Just keep up with your continued professional development. Start today. Monica says, why wait until tomorrow? Start today. The website is there. The steam in the room is still there. The iron is still hot. Take an AI course, read an article, try one of the AI tools that you've never tried before. And like I keep telling you, you don't need to be a computer scientist. You just need to have curious mind and also need to have courage to do it. Use your voice when you're on platforms, whether in the boardroom or whether you're in the community or the classroom. Speak about AI. When somebody brings a statement to you, look intelligent, and just ask them, who does that data represent? And then they'll look at you. Believe you me, after these questions, they'll look at you differently. That is the courage that I'm speaking to. Ask who is missing from the conversation. Your voices has the ability to change the outcome. And lastly, I've always said, I want you to bring someone with you. Think of one young woman, one girl, one person in your community who needs access to this world. Mentor her, mentor them. Even happy if you could have another person and find yourself a mentor. Share what you know. Knowledge is such a powerful thing. Knowledge is so powerful that you always have that opportunity to share what you know, because from what you know, once you share it, you can able to open doors for others. And because of AI will not be inclusive unless we make it inclusive. So with that, ladies, and thank you so much, Women in Tech. Thank you, Louise, and thank you so much to our esteemed audience. And we look forward to the 1st of March.
Thank you so much. This was a great end of the growth series, as like with invitation to grow further together and join even as a group or as a friends, which can collaborate and push each other to do more and grow more. Perfect. Thank you so much, Helen. Okay. Bye, everybody, and don't forget to enroll on time. We're gonna send the links again, so bear with us, and thank you so much once again.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everybody.